When Adam Lanza shot his way into the school, a group of dedicated women tried to stop him. 6 of them died. Gayle King spoke with the family of one of them, 27-year-old Victoria Soto. And Gayle, good morning.
Good morning, Nora. Her students told police that Vicky Soto tried to distract the gunman and send him away from her class. But when half of her class tried to run, the gunman opened fire. Later, when Vicky was found, it was very clear to investigators she died trying to shield those kids from harm. The president said last night that she responded as we hope we all might in such a terrifying situation. Her family says that's exactly the kind of person Vicky was.
We heard at one point that they found some people hiding in a closet, and all of us said Vicky would never be hiding in a closet. She would be out there protecting those babies.
Vicky Soto was known to her first-grade students as Ms. Soto. Today, the unassuming first-grade teacher is known around the world as something else, a hero.
She was not somebody that ever wanted to be famous or wanted her picture in the paper. To have it blasted all over the papers throughout the country and in the world, it's surreal.
Wearing Vicky's favorite color, green, her younger brother Carlos and sisters Carly and Jillian joined their mother Donna as she told us what Friday morning was like, waiting on word from her oldest daughter while driving towards Sandy Hook Elementary School.
We were just praying and praying and praying. And we got closer and we parked at a church and walked up the hill, and you know, never could have imagined the scene that we saw.
Eventually directed to the firehouse with other anxious family members, the Soto family waited hours to hear the awful news from Connecticut Governor Malloy.
The exact words that the governor used were 2 children were brought to Danbury Hospital and expired. And at that point, the parents just were hysterical.
Apart,
They were on the floor. And then another parent said, well, where did the other people go? Where did everybody else go? The children go, we want to be there. We want to be with our kids. And he said, nobody else was taken to a hospital. And then we said, somebody, you know, a very angry parent said, so what are you telling us? They're all dead? And he said, yes. And that's how we found out.
This is from Governor Malloy?
Yes.
That's how you were told?
Yes.
It was shortly after that when this picture was taken, a split second that came to define the horror of what happened at Sandy Hook Elementary. But for Carly, it was a snapshot of the worst moment of her life.
It's like a reminder of that moment all over again.
I
And
hadn't thought of it that way.
It kills.
President Barack Obama has been here, who came really to pay tribute to Vicky, her colleagues, the kids who did not survive. Tell me what that was like to spend time with the president.
He really made us feel like she really was a hero and that everyone should know it.
With only a week away from Vicky's favorite holiday, Christmas, her family is now planning her funeral instead.
I'm just going to remember going out every year the day after Thanksgiving, getting our Christmas tree. And it was just painful because it's 3 hours just walking around a mountain trying to find the perfect tree. And any tree that me or my sisters would pick out, no, it had to be Vicky's tree. Any tree that we wanted, no, it had to have the Queen's approval.
Yeah, is that what she was known in the house as,
The Queen?
Was she, Carly, known as Queen Victoria? And what do you want us to remember about her?
She was the best daughter. She was the best daughter any mother could ask for. She used to tell me all the time she was the perfect one. She told all her siblings that, and she often told me I should have stopped after one because she was the perfect one. But she was just the best person. She loved her family. She loved her family more than anything. Teaching in her family was her life.
You know, you can tell, Nora, listening to that they feel a tremendous sense of pride about Queen Victoria. We were at their home last night after 11 o'clock at night. They were all physically and emotionally very tired, but it was very important to them that we get to hear about Vicky Soto's life.
I agree. A wonderful teacher that exemplifies all the great teachers we have in this country.
Yes.
And also, Gayle, the law enforcement. You know, I remember last night at that memorial when the law enforcement came in, everyone gave them a standing ovation.
Yes.
We saw some of the law
saw
enforcement
that.
here this morning outside the memorial.
No, they were here at 5:30 this morning, and we were talking to some of the state troopers who said, listen, this isn't even our district. They came from all over the state, which is what everyone has been doing in this town, whether it's the deli that's staying open late, whether it's the neighbors who are extending themselves. People have just said that we have to do what we have to do. And they showed up at 5:30 this morning to light the candles because the candles had been put out because of the rain. These 3 officers said, you know, we want to make sure that people know we will never forget and we will always remember. It was a very touching scene.
It was, and nobody asked them to do it.
No.
Just as these state troopers,
Yes.
they saw it needed to be done, and they did it. And so, an amazing thing. All right, Gayle, thank you for bringing us that story with Vicki Soto's amazing family.